see my shirt? Isn't that hilarious?
Man, I'm gonna tell you what on the shirts. That's funny. And
Are we ready?
clack it. Well, welcome back to the Regular Dad podcast. We're gonna wrap up the series on Approval Paradox. This is part 4. We're talking about coming in here. Jimmy's got t-shirts. This is regular dad stuff. Just
nerdy shirts. My wife bought me. I love them.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm a, polo and jeans guy or t-shirt and shorts guy.
Yeah.
And it's clocking it in 100-degree heat index already, and we're not quite to 1 p.m. yet. So it's definitely.
What does the hat
shorts.
mean?
All right, I'm going to tell you about the shirts, and I'll tell you about the hat.
Okay.
So, anyway, my wife, this is for Father's Day,
Yes.
alerted your wife to, hey, there's this website and t-shirts, and we know
Right.
that they're always changing t-shirts on the Regular Dad. My wife, very extremely thoughtful gift for Father's Day. It was part of a series of things actually, but just sticking to this. She got me a whole batch of t-shirts. I don't know how many it was, 4 or 5, 6.
Yeah.
6, I think it was. I put them back up in the bag, she gave
Right.
them to me. They're sitting in my office while I was in a hurry to get out of town for school board training and trying to do a week's worth of work in 2.5 days and get out of town and come back, dragging in and then whatnot. I completely forgot to wash them. They're still sitting in that bag. I went to record today and I was like, my t-shirt's sitting in the freaking office. So I'll be washing those tonight. So sorry, babe, that
Some of us did our homework.
just
Oh, wait.
not helping.
Oh, wait.
Not-
I don't know if I washed them.
I-
I can't remember. I just stuck them in the drawer. I don't remember.
Look, dude, I'm gonna be real honest with you. These ain't made in the U.S. Okay, you could have COVID-20 rolling around on that.
Come here, Ben. I'll give you a hug.
No. Remember, we have a friction-free relationship. Okay. All right. So now the
Anyways.
hat, and I switch up hats. I'm not soliciting hats by any stretch because I have too many of them, and my wife thinks that I have an inappropriate relationship with them.
Yeah, I have too many hats, too. I just never wear them.
Well,
It's funny.
So, ANEIET.
It's a long acronym.
It is. But those that know. And most of the guys that are in the know are probably not going to be watching a Regular Dad podcast. And these are...
Irregular dads?
No. They're just not as soft as I am.
Okay. All right.
So, and squishy.
Got it.
All right. They might, but they're not going to say anything about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to admit it.
Right.
I had a big burly dude admit the other day, and he's like, yeah, you all that podcast pretty cool. Yeah. Look, you see some of
It's
the
like, eye contact is okay,
right?
bro.
That's-
Like,
you
it's
see
cool.
you see some of the shorts online. You see, because those are promoted and
Yeah.
circle in
Yeah.
as the algorithms do, right? He's like, oh yeah, and the full episodes on YouTube, yeah, it's cool stuff. What? So, that's, all right, dude, that's cool. So yeah, but that acronym stands for Ain't Nothing Easy in East Texas. All right.
I mean, wow, that's actually okay. Yeah, that's
Right.
yeah.
And
yeah.
and so this came from
Yeah, I think that's appropriate.
one of my I say lifelong now. We met in it was high school. We were both in high school. I was good friends.
I'm not bored.
I was really good friends with his wife. We were in band together. But his girlfriend. They started dating.
Yeah,
all the way
they weren't
back.
married in high school.
No, not in high school. This ain't Arkansas.
Okay.
Sorry, Arkansas. So this is like 9th grade, right?
Yeah.
And this guy's a couple years older than me. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And we realized, hey, we like hunting and fishing. He's way more into it than I am, but we started hanging out, and it just never quit.
Yeah.
So, well, we're both in our 40s now,
Yeah.
and we still hang out. He hosts an annual dove hunt.
Oh, I was
This is
wondering
it's
if this
the dove
hat
hunt.
was associated with the dove hunt.
Well, so it's associated with that whole place up there, and because it doesn't matter what you try to do, as easy as it should be, ain't nothing easy. I go up there, said, hey, we're going to go change the battery in a deer feeder. This is very simple. Unscrew the cover, pull the cover down, battery, reclip, cover. Yeah. And then you drop the screw that holds the cover on in the muddy water down below. So now you can't put the cover on. All right? We went to change the battery. Ain't nothing easy. Now we're on our hands and knees. Okay? I'm splashing around in the puddle.
You
Man,
find the screw?
Yeah, to find the screw.
Did you find it?
Oh, yeah. But
Impressive.
it was like, 5 minutes of
Yeah.
mining for gold inside of
That's
muddy
impressive.
water.
It only took you 5
Right.
minutes, too.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anyway, but yeah, so that's just one example. We're gonna go.
Yeah.
We're gonna go put corn in a deer feeder, and you load it into the Ranger, but the Ranger's got a flat tire. Okay, well, we air up the tire. All right, we go to turn the key. Oh, the battery's dead. It doesn't matter what it is. Ain't nothing easy. So whatever should take, and we kicked around like there should be a multiplier or whatever. We never came up with what the multiplier time-wise should be.
Yeah.
But it is significant
Yeah.
and also exponential.
Yeah.
Okay, because something's going to break. You're going to go brush hog that field. That should take 8 hours. It'll take 8 days because something will break or
Right.
whatever.
Okay.
So ain't nothing easy in East Texas.
Yeah, I
So,
get that.
But if any of my dove hunting buddies do see any of this, you can admit it to me on the side. I won't front you out. Okay. Secret safe.
Right. Secret is safe. Yeah.
All right, so let's wrap this up. Approval is good, but approval is not God.
Yes.
All right, man. I'm still.
Yeah, and it's
I'm walking this out. This is real time stuff. I'm not bringing to you things that I have conquered. I'm bringing to you
Right.
things that I'm like, these shouldn't be that hard.
this takes active work.
Because it's not learning. Well, it is learning to do something new while you're learning to undo
Right.
something that you're doing. So this is not just a thing. Okay, we're learning to do a new thing and stop doing an old thing.
Yeah.
In conjunction.
Yeah.
One's very familiar and easy to do. One is just it's a mind. Well, mom watches, so. but she knows.
Yeah.
All right. So we have, that's something that we cannot, we cannot fall into the trap of making that an idol, making that our God. And that was something that we touched on, I think, when we were wrapping up the last episode. Approval. Those bumps that are on the side of the road. All right, and now they've got them in the turn lane. Okay, too. So, or not in the turn lane.
Rumble strips.
Yeah, the rumble strips where they
Yeah.
have the strap line. So you're sitting there driving, or you come over this way, and like I remember it was years ago. I was still living at home. That was a newer thing.
Yeah.
And my dad, those were probably built for him. Those could be bob strips, okay? Because he, especially we get out on the open road, he'd just look at the scenery, and if there were cars around, he'd kind of zone in. But other than that, it was like, hey, man,
We're all just along for the ride.
I got 50 feet of pavement. I'm just trying to, wherever this 8-foot cart's going,
Yeah.
Hey, but the first time he hit that rumble strip, I was, something's gone out.
Yeah.
Bearing. Oddly that I would say that since I'm dealing with that right now. But I was like, good God, what is it? But it gets your attention, and as it should be, because but that's what approval should do. You get too far over, and if you're getting a lack of approval, something's going on. It's an opportunity to check yourself. Okay?
Yeah.
And it may be, okay, especially from from a spouse, someone you trust that you're in good relationship with, that's an opportunity to check yourself and receive, am I going about this the wrong way?
Right.
That's really, you're going to have to decide that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it is the discomfort that disapproval brings, the level of discomfort and how much it knocks you off kilter,
Right.
is probably a good indicator, as anything is, of how important that is to you.
Right. That's,
If it's just completely knocking you flat every time it happens, something's probably out of whack.
I'm
you know?
saying.
Oh, yeah.
So use approval is kind of some guardrails, you know, I guess, or the lack of approval. Okay, am I getting too far this way? Am I getting too far this way? Okay, and just kind of use it as an opportunity to reflect, on where you are. And again, it's not worshiping approval is not like, hey, you're either with me or you're against me.
Well,
no, that's not it. And that's 100% not it. It's we're not bowing our knee and worshiping the approval from a person.
Right.
We value their approval. We appreciate their approval. It's good. It's a healthy ingredient, but it's kind of like salt. You can overdo it, and if you don't have all the other nutrients you need, it's no good.
I think it. I don't want to break up your list too much. Hope
Hey,
this is
man.
okay. But like,
There's no breaking up the list.
I wanted to say this. I can't remember which part it was, but I didn't get around to saying it. This is not something that comes naturally. And I think that you see in the world around us, a lot of people are allowing their need for approval to be the primary means that they find their identity in. They find their peace, their fulfillment, their self-actualization, whatever in. And like,
That's a $10 word.
I guess you're not really self-actualized if you're looking, but anyways, I just,
Lest I digress.
right. I don't, well, I think about Dina sometimes, like watching this, and she'd be like, oh, Jimmy.
Oh, you can't do that. No, listen.
Yeah.
If you have her approval on the wording or you're thinking about it, you're not going to get there.
So, but
no.
I guess my point is that this isn't natural. This doesn't come naturally. You have to make effort to think about, oh, you don't approve of what I'm saying.
Yes.
You may not approve of what I just did.
Right.
But that does not mean that you don't approve of me. And I have to actually, I've got to mentally separate those two things consistently. And I really think a lot of people need to do this exercise. Because there's a lot of folks out there, if you express even an opinion that differs with theirs, it's like thermonuclear war.
I'm going to go out on a limb. Okay.
No.
Okay. But
hopefully this is a well-watered tree.
listen, a guy that looks like this ain't going out on a limb that's shaky. All right. So I might be going out on a limb, but I also know it's pretty firm.
Okay.
All right. So here's the thing. If you are watching this and if you're going, yeah, I'm sure glad I don't, I'm not an approval worshiper.
Yeah. Right.
There's a good chance that somewhere in there, you're doing some of this, unless you've actively worked against it in your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you grew up with the advent of social media and currently participate in social media, and you ever argue with anyone online, you're approval seeking.
Yeah, if it matters to you what somebody says in the comments of a social media post, and truth be told, it matters to me sometimes.
Oh boy, it can piss me off.
But
I can get pistified in a heartbeat.
But just like what you
Sorry,
said, it's an indicator to me when I feel that.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Most of the time, I don't get sucked into a comment battle.
Yeah, no.
But I read the comment.
I used to. I read.
Yeah, and I feel that, and I'm like, oh, there's a lot of work left to do here.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I got a lot of work left to do.
If you want to.
Like, it shouldn't matter that much. It's a stupid comment on a stupid social media platform. Probably by someone who you don't even see on a regular basis, let alone have a relationship
Yes.
with. So, anyways,
Yeah.
put that
so,
soapbox away.
all right. So, but I would venture to say, and if you're, I mean, because we do it at work.
Yeah.
You got both spouses working. You got the kids. You kind of passing your wife, coming and going. You know,
Yeah.
if you're not focusing on healthy relationships, you might be living from approval sequence to approval
Yeah.
sequence.
Yeah.
It
Well,
can
and-
be sustained until it can't, and by the time
Yeah.
that it can't, it's like the coyote and the roadrunner, and they run off the cliff,
Sign goes up.
right? And he's like,
Uh-oh.
"Uh-oh,"
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
a lot of times they're in
Yeah.
time to make it back.
It's been really good for me to work for people who clearly and honestly communicate in a very efficient manner when you screw up what you did.
Yeah,
And it's like, it's been really good. It's been healthy to work for people who are just like, hey, don't do that again. You screwed up.
yeah,
Okay. All right. Good. Okay. Bye. They don't even, well, not even good. Like, okay, don't do that again.
yeah.
Thanks. Okay. Sorry. All right. Bye.
And they
Like, and
and
it's
literally that's the end of it.
That's the end of it. And it literally is the end of it for them. Cause it's like, if it doesn't, if you're not consistently screwing that thing up, I mean, if you
Right.
are, you're just going to get fired. But like, if you're not consistently screwing that thing up, it's like, hey, fix the problem, move on. The next day, we're buddies. We're work
Yeah.
buddies again.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
And that has been such a healthy thing for me because I'm so used to this like need for people to like me. Like
Right.
anyway, which is just another form of this. But yeah.
All right. So not living for approval does not mean being inconsiderate or ignoring others. We've underlined that I think in every episode. But so that does not mean that it's not a pendulum swing
Right.
to where it's everyone gets the finger, right?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Right.
There's, I don't want to even happy medium, but for lack of a better phrase, you're not over here with a person's approval or the approval of others is everything, or
Yeah.
screw everybody. It's okay. Let's just
Which honestly I think are both outcroppings of the same issue. You have the same idolatry. Right?
yeah,
The flip off guy is just like resenting everyone, and that's how he compensates.
absolutely.
It's the same idolatry. It's
Yeah.
the same need for approval. He's just like,
Yeah, he's just decided that you don't approve of me.
I don't
Screw you.
approve any of you. I don't
Yeah.
approve any of you. You don't approve me.
Yeah,
I press the nuke button. Like that's,
my mom's, when she watches this, she's gonna text me. I can't believe you said all those words. I raised you better than that.
well, I said some words.
Well, and she did, but so this is not my mom's fault. Okay.
No.
Yeah. Okay. You said screw. You can't. Do you know what that means? Yes, I do. I didn't when she told me that because
Yeah.
I saw when I was a kid. I threw that down, and she was like, "Now, honey, we can't. We don't.
Does she-
we don't say that."
Does she think that balls to the wall is a vulgar phrase?
You know, I don't know.
Does she? Because a lot of people do.
Mom, if you will, please chime in when you watch this episode.
Balls-
That's how we'll know that you
balls
watched
to
it.
the wall is
balls
not-
to the wall.
Is not a vulgar phrase. And
Yeah,
I'll
it's
explain
not.
that
An,
some
it's
other
not an
time.
anatomical position.
No, it's not. Nope.
And I'm thankful for it.
Yep.
I've felt
I can
that way
I can
before,
save
though.
that for another episode
Yeah.
to explain that, but you can look it up. But anyways, yeah.
All right. Approval. Oh, and yes, and this is just kind of a summary for all of this, but approval is a good ingredient in the recipe for a healthy life, but it's a toxic ingredient if it's isolated and used alone.
Amen.
So that's it is a very once you kind of get your mind wrapped around it a little bit, it's like, oh, I can see how this can very quickly become something that's unhealthy.
Right.
It can be something that's overdone because it's something that's needed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything like this though. It's like you said. It's a good thing you turn into a God thing.
Yep.
You know, it's like I think
So,
you said that in the first.
It's not
first
something
part.
we're not supposed
Yeah.
to carry at all. It's just something we're supposed to carry in balance with everything.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So because if no one approves of anything that you're doing, you might
Yeah.
You might have some
Well,
issues.
and the opposite is true too.
If everyone
everybody
approves
says
of
yes,
everything,
including God,
Yeah.
just saying. If your God never says no to you,
Yeah. Who you talking to?
I don't know, man. So, anyways,
Right. Okay. All the religious zealots shall come out of the woodwork.
yeah,
Oh, well.
bring it. We need the algorithm help.
Yes. So please chime in with all your disapproval.
Yeah, come on.
Climb, baby, climb. All right. We'll catch y'all here next time on The Regular Dad.
See ya.